Hey guys, what's up? Operation RV back here with another video. So today I wanted just to kind of talk about the Crown Vic as a whole, uh, because there are a lot of you who have seen my videos that probably don't know much about Crown Vics just because you haven't seen and other channels. But if you have, you guys just bear with me. This video is for all the people who don't know much about the P-71 or the police interceptor. So these are 10 things that I've found out just owning the actual vehicle and learning it, and finding things on YouTube. So there's a lot of support out there that's kind of helped me find the things and know about the things about my car. One that I want to talk about is what's neat about the Crown Vic is that if there is a sudden bump, that's going to shake the car pretty hard, a fender bender, a wreck, something that is going to, make the sensor go off, the Crown Vic is equipped with what they call the emergency fuel shutoff. So let me show you here. Open the trunk so I can show you guys. Normally right when you open it, it's going to be on the left hand side of the actual trunk here. See it right here? Fuel, pump off, shut off switch, and it's right there. So if there's ever an issue, you'll see the button. See that button right there. Just press that button. So if for some reason your car doesn't shut off, or it shuts off and you can't seem to start it back again, you just press that button and then you're good to go. Let's come back on in here. All right. Hopefully this video won't be too lengthy. Another thing I want to talk about is certified calibration. So I'm going to spin this around and show you guys. All right, so right here, certified calibration. What that means is Ford had a third-party company come out and calibrate the actual speed to the vehicle. That's why, when they're doing radar, or if they're driving next to a civilian and they're speeding, and if they look down and they're going 45, and that person's flying past them, this car, it's certified that it was going 45 miles per hour. So however fast they were going is how fast they were going. Low jack too. So most of the police interceptors were equipped with low jack, the anti-theft system, and that is actually mounted on the right hand side of the trunk, on the far side of the fuel shutoff. And you'll see it would be a big ginormous box with a lot of wires connected to it. So what also is nice about the low jack is, let me spin this back around, is right here where you actually have your key. You can have the actual keys in the car on, and if you needed to go and throw it in park and hop out, the AC could still be on, the lights are still on. So definitely check that on your Crown Vic. Just start your car and turn on whatever you want to turn on, and just take the key out. If the key comes out, then you have it. Unfortunately, mine does not, which would be a cool added feature. If I need to go into the gas station or whatever, I can keep the AC on and don't have to worry about people stealing my car. But what's neat about it is if you did have it and it's equipped, as soon as the person would get in your car without the key and was to pull the gear shift down into drive or reverse, it shuts off. If they touch the emergency brake, shuts off. So it's a cool added feature. One thing you do want to do is, I'm going to point right back here, when you get your Crown Vic, is the child restraint buckles back there. You definitely want to check those, because that is where people house and store drugs. When they get thrown in the back of a cop car, this is where they put all this stuff. It's right back here. So you'll need to check this out, because the last thing that you want is after you buy a car and you get pulled over for whatever reason, I'm just saying, you don't want to be stuck with a crack pipe, you know what I mean? So definitely check that out. And the rear seat is removable, so just take it out like so. Check it out, look at your car. The vehicles, you know, through each shift of the police department, they're supposed to check it for the drug paraphernalia for the next officer. But a lot of these vehicles that we buy, they're from auctions, they've been in accidents or whatever, they might have missed something. So guys, just check it, just for your own safety. Trunk space. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Crown Victoria has a massive trunk. And what's neat is that they were designed to not only house a tire, but a trunk organizer. So it was a huge shelf that kind of set in, trays would come out, you could hold flares, you know, cameras, additional rifles, you know, you name it, they could store it back there. But it's a nice added feature because it does offer you a lot of space, whether you want to put your own kit back into it, an additional spare tire. You could probably put all four in there if you wanted to. But what else is neat too about the Crown Vic is there's hidden buttons. I know you guys remember me hitting the trunk release. Some of that, or some of the Crown Vics, it's not equipped to be pushed unless the ignition's on. So mine was disabled to where I can still open the trunk when the ignition's off, and I think that just kind of helps if it's enabled to when it's on, for someone that could break into a vehicle that's off and open the trunk and take whatever's in there. Also too, we have additional buttons, hidden buttons like this. I can take off and show you that they would add either the roof rifle mounting locking mechanism button, to where when the door's shut, if there's a situation and they just needed to remove the rifle, they could secretly just press that button. It would disengage the rifle or shotgun, and then they have it, you know, to be used. Also, a trunk release, from what I've read too. That's another option for the trunk release, and even the fuel door level. So that's kind of neat. Mine has a bunch of wires down in here that have been cut and removed, and I think that's just all part of the lighting system. So you'll probably see that in yours as well. But going back real quick about the buttons, so there's nothing here, right? So what you want to check is in yours, just simply pop this off, just like that, and you're going to notice wires back here that go to nothing. And what this left one is I believe the foot pedals that go up and down, that move your accelerator and brake up and back depending on how tall you are. And the other one is traction control. So that was an added feature because you know, the Police 71 package, they just didn't need a lot of this additional features, but it's here, so definitely check that. And if you have those wirings, all you need is the actual button. And from what I read, it's the Marauder that has the interchangeable piece that has the actual plate with the two button inserts. But if you don't want the wood grain feature on that trim piece, simply get the buttons and you can use a Dremel and just Dremel out the buttonholes to keep it stock for your Crown Vic. What I like too is that it's a V8. You know, it's a 4.6 liter, has a lot of power, a lot of torque. The handling is superb because the tighter suspension that it has in here. But most importantly for me, since I'm a bigger guy, it's comfortable. The ride is really like riding in a boat. The overall comfort level that I get out of it. Another thing is the parts that you can find online, or Amazon, whatever. They're cheap and they're readily available almost everywhere. And the last two features that I was really surprised finding out and hearing is that, for one, the doors here on the P71, driver side and the passenger side, they have ceramic plates inside, so it's not going to deflect every bullet that comes through it or whatever, but it's definitely going to release a lot of that knockdown power as it's coming through, depending on the actual round that it is. So you know, it's just an added barrier for protection. So I thought that was neat when I found that feature out on the Crown Vic. You know, it just adds a little sense of security while driving around. The other thing too, that the final thing I want to talk about, which is a cool little feature it has, is stab-proof seats, believe it or not. So let me pull up the seat and show you what I found. So mostly every Crown Vic, you can always check, see if it has this feature. Let me open this up here. Sorry guys, one-handed. Let me set this down. There we go. See that plate right here, guys? This plate right here that you see, that is a stab-proof plate. What you'll notice is that if your car also had a cage, you'd have inserts in here too. But I thought that was a really cool feature, is having a stab-proof plate on each axle seat, the driver and the passenger. So it's a really cool feature. So guys, those are the few things that I wanted to talk to you about the Crown Vic, on what I've discovered and found out after having it for quite a while now. And if I find out any more information on it, I definitely post it for you guys and spread the wealth. But until then, peace out. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time, guys. Bye.